So not much of a change from BTC, just a little bit of up down in this current range that it's sitting in. But what we did see today was ETH BTC has started pushing a little bit higher, and we've noticed some strength in some of these ETH tokens. So today we're going to focus on some of those tokens. I'm going to give you Optimism, Arbitrum, MATIC. We're going to talk about, obviously we're talking about ETH. Then we're dealing with Sol. We know Sol's broken. Where's everyone going to go? I'm looking at Injective as well, ENS. If we have time, I've got Clay and I've got Simon sitting in the back with some indicator things for us that he's going to help me with on one or two of these tokens. So much to talk about. Let's get right into this. And Banter Bubble's looking like a bit of a mixed bag here. This tower, I'm actually a little bit annoyed. I didn't get it out for you guys today, but if you scream enough in the chats, I might take it out for you later on and have a look there at the end of what I've done here. But tower looking good, 13%. H-bar seems to have come alive again. BTC flat. No surprises here. But ETH, a little bit of strength today. Optimism had a pump. We saw Arbitrum also looking good. So we're going to talk about these things. And then I'm running a poll at the moment. And you guys are going to help me again. This is your opportunity to redeem yourselves. I want to take out another option for the 23rd of February on Solana. And I've dropped a poll there. And I need answers, guys. And I need them now. Where is Sol going to be by the 23rd of February? Are we looking at below 85 or are we looking at above 100? Now, really, I need you guys to focus this time because you guys have smashed me twice. Okay, so I'm gonna go with whatever you want. Whatever you guys vote here, I'm taking on Coincall, but this is your time to shine. If we get it wrong, next time I'm going to start fading you guys again. So keep these votes coming in. I see we've got 160 votes so far, so keep them coming. And so far, 60% are saying below 85. So keep them ticking over, and hopefully we're going to nail the current situation. So let's just have a quick squiz at BTC and just to see where we are, and then I want to go through a couple of things with you guys. Oh, look at that, a little bit of a pop. Okay, so that's a good start to the to the show here. So BTC again, still sitting in this range on the 4 hour, but nice to see a little break of this 50-day moving average. Now, yesterday we had the same situation. They popped the 50-day MA, got us a little bit excited, and they sent us straight back down. So let's not get too excited here. They are playing a very tight range, but again, the areas haven't changed yet. Big zones for me, 43,800. This is our big area. We can only really turn bullish when we smash that and confirm this retest in that area for me. So that's a big area to break. And then supports we're going to watch. I'm really loving this 41,800 level. I'm going to tell you why, and I'm going to show you in a second why I really like this area, this 41,800. And obviously we're going to watch the current region that we're on, 42,600. So I've got a liquidation heat map here, and I thought this is nice information. This is the 3-day liquidation heat map on CoinGlass that it's free to use. You can just grab it there in your browser. And what I'm looking at here is some liquidation zones, and you can see they've highlighted this region down here, nice, thick, juicy $42,000 region here. And we've got a nice, thick, juicy region just under 44,000. And that ties in really nicely with these two levels over here that we're looking at. So that's our high, and that's our potential low. And this tells me they're going to send us, they're going to potentially send us both ways. So we do need to look out for that. So my bullish play here, well, the most bullish play for me is going to be a pullback into this area. If we get into the zone, this is going to be a buy area for me. This is where I think they're going to come and flush us here and just try and shake us out and come back down into this 42,000 zone. Then I think we're going to get some longs here on BTC. So that's my most bullish scenario. I would say a bearish scenario is if they just push us up straight from here, because then the likelihood of coming back down is going to start increasing because they're going to want to come and grab that liquidity lower down. So for me, the bullish play here, I'd look at some longs in this region. Okay, so something along these lines, that's what we want to look for. A nice little reaction in this zone. This is also a 382 region for me. It's a nice liquidation zone, as you've seen, and a nice little horizontal. So we might get a nice move there. And obviously, we have our backup zone lower down. So don't forget about this 40,500. But I'd say if there's going to be a move here in the next 24 hours, I'm really liking this look here into this 41,800 region. Maybe just a little bit higher, but that sort of zone. So I'm yeah, I'm bullish on that move. That would be lovely. Otherwise, we're pushing up. We're looking for a rejection, and then we're potentially sending things a little bit lower. Okay, let's see what is going on here. Here's the dominance. So dominance is unchanged. This has been a very boring thing to look at. And if you've been trading altcoins the last couple of days, you would have felt that on a lot of these. They've done absolutely nothing, just up, down all day long. If you're trading high leverage, you're getting chopped up, down, you're getting chopped up, up. And it's been a messy few days here, especially for the leverage traders. So 100-day moving average is still giving us, still giving dominance issues. So if we do pop this, this is going to tell us obviously that these altcoins are going to be under pressure relative to Bitcoin. If it starts pumping, if BTC starts pumping and dominance is pushing up, just a reminder, the whole market should be moving up. But if dominance starts pumping and Bitcoin is actually dumping, we don't want that scenario. Those altcoins are going to get rinsed out properly. So the altcoin scenario again for all of us is we want to see dominance falling over, coming down. So we're hoping that we're going to get this rejection here at that 100-day moving average. Okay, let's look at the S&P again. A little update there, so you guys know I'm running the short on the S&P currently, and I'm just hanging on. It is turning red. There were multiple reasons why we were looking at this potential short on the S&P. It was the bearish divergence. We had the Dixie pumping. The macro situation in general wasn't looking great, and then there was an interview with Jerome Powell last night on I think it was 60 Minutes, but basically he was basically telling a story about this picture. Okay, this is basically what he said. This rearview mirror says objects in the mirror are closer than they appear. And there's a truck coming here with economic collapse. Look, he wasn't feeling that great, and I think he's put a bit of a dampener on things at the moment. So maybe we get that little downside move on the S&P. Maybe we get our 4,800, and those shorts will start playing out. But I do like the idea of that region getting bought up quite quickly on that S&P around about 4.8. If we get a bit lower, I mean it's a bonus for any bears out there. But 4.8 looks like a nice reasonable area to get stuck in there. Okay, let's see who's in the chats here. Let's see what's going on. I saw some questions early out the gates here. You guys were looking for injective stuff. So yeah, injective's been bleeding out nicely, and I think we're going to get a little entry here. And I think injective, if the market's going to move in the next couple of weeks, I think injective is going to be one of the ones that triggers a nice little move for us. And Abonay says, give us some trades. Guys, sometimes we need to know when to be patient and when to strike and when to be patient. So yeah, there are setups coming at the moment, but we need to be careful. So I'm gonna show you a couple of setups I'm interested in, but now's not the time to be aping into everything. We got to understand where we are in this current cycle at the moment. And you guys know we get these moments where we can trade aggressively for a week, then things settle down for a while, then we can trade again, we can get aggressive again. So we just need to be patient here. Let's not force things, and make sure we understand our setups and our areas, and when the time is right, we're going to be climbing in. So don't you worry about that. Let's update this poll here, guys. Only 281 votes so far, and 57% are bears. So just remember, you can take this option with me. It's a call or a put option. All you need to do is go into the link, grab Coincall. In the link, there is a sign-up bonus and things like that available now. They're doing airdrops of their Coincall token and all these types of things. So grab a Coincall account if you're interested in trading options. It's a nice fun way. It's a different setup to trading futures and margin and those type of things. And we can trade a lot of these altcoins here on Coincall. So currently they've got a nice list that they're expanding at the moment. They've got BTC, ETH, Sol, Doge, and today we're doing Sol. And hopefully we're going to get it right. So sign up to Coincall. You can take this option with me, or you can fade, because today we are going with the majority of the community. So you're gonna make a call. Are you going to fade the community, or are you going to follow the community? Let's see. Okay, so Pegless says Link is hitting resistance and it's flipped into support. Can I use Coincall in the UK? Ooh, you should be able to. I don't see why not. Just take a look. It shouldn't be an issue. I'm getting a thumbs up from Simon in the back. He says, yes, you can use it in the UK. Okay, cool. Let's go into Let's just look at this Dixie quickly. Okay, we just want to cover some of the admin here. Okay, so the Dixie hasn't officially broken through yet. Okay, so this was a bullish Dixie setup. We've got the inverse head and shoulders. It's pushing into a big resistance area. So we need to understand this is a big resistance zone. It's not super easy just to fly through it, but we've got the 100-day moving average, we've got a 382, and we got some horizontals here that we need to deal with. But you know, the S&P guys and that sort of thing, if we get a Dixie popping, the odds on the S&P coming down start becoming a little bit stronger if this Dixie starts really firing here. So just keep your eyes on that. And if you're in that S&P trade that I've taken, that short trade, if we get a rejection here on the Dixie, you might see the S&P then start pumping and printing new highs again. So this is a critical area now for the Dixie, and this is what we need to watch. So if we lose this level, I would say then the S&P gets bullish again. If Dixie starts pumping, well, you know, then the bears are on board, and the bears are in charge. Okay, let's see what else. Zweleti says he shorted Sol badly. Look, Sol sounds like it's broken at the moment, but we're going to tackle that just now. Okay, so ETH narrative things. This eigenlayer, if you guys are interested in eigenlayer, I mean, I hear about it all day long in the newsroom and the research calls. The guys are, you know, they're all over this thing at the moment. If you want to find out more and what is restaking and all this stuff, go here. 𝗕𝗢𝗡𝗟𝗏. He's got a whole list of videos out here, and it will explain this whole thing to you. But this might be the start of this whole ETH narrative and putting a little bit of energy into ETH, because, you know, we've had the BTC ETH strength bounce. We know we've got the ETH ETF coming. Now there's, you know, bullish things for ETH sort of floating around at the moment. And I mean, this guy's, he's stating the obvious here, but, you know, ETH BTC has it. If this was the bottom, look at other tokens like Arbitrum, Optimism, what else? Lido, MATIC, all these other ETH tokens that could potentially do a little bit better. So that's exactly what I'm going to take you guys through today one more time. So here's ETH BTC, and this is the bottom or the bounce that he was talking about. This is the little 618. And ETH showing a little bit of strength here. So we are looking for a move up. I would say ETH strength at least until we hit this resistance area. So, you know, we might have to change our view when we start hitting this resistance zone. This is the 200-week moving average, the 200-day moving average, horizontal trend 382. It's a hell of a wall up here, but a little push from ETH into this region against BTC is going to show these little alts are going to start popping here. ETH will run, and a lot of these ETH narrative tokens will really start moving a bit for us. So it is potentially time to start looking at some entry options here, especially if you know, if things turn a little bit bullish here in general. We could get a move. So ETH, this is our current ETH situation, and I mean, we've seen this movie before. We've got that 50-day MA. They broke through it, and they sent us straight back down. And now we tested the 50-day MA on Saturday. We tested again on Monday, and now we're having another crack at this thing. And I've got a feeling here, if BTC remains stable, we should get a little pop here from ETH. So what we're looking for, again, the bulls and the traders here, we need this break. We just want to confirm this break here, and we want this retest to hold. So again, it's a small little move here on ETH, but it's going to mean a lot for a lot of these other tokens and a lot of the altcoins as well, if we can get a successful retest here and push higher. So, you know, it's a big deal from the other tokens perspective, even though, you know, it's quite a small move on ETH. So we want to crack this 50-day moving average, this 2340, and we want to send it higher. We know we're going to potentially get a rejection at about 24, send it back down. That's cool, but give us some support here on the 50-day. Give us this horizontal, and then we can maybe get you know, a little bit more aggressive with some of these other tokens. Danish says he doesn't like my headphones. Oh, I can't believe it. Why don't you like my headphones, bro? Candy says trash Sol. Let's see what else we got. Look, there's someone else in the back here with headphones, guys. See, he's hiding there. He's hiding. Don't be scared of the headphones. Don't be scared. Tim says good morning. Morning, Tim. Thomas says, what's happening with Cass? Yeah, I'm not dealing with Cass today, but it's, you know, I've always got one eye on it. You know, when the time is right, we'll bring it back. I mean, Simon's now lit up in the back. He hears Cass, he starts shivering from excitement. But we're not dealing with Cass today. Okay, so votes, guys. Carry on the voting here. We got 371 votes. 58% are saying Sol is below 85. So just keep it coming. We're going to get this going shortly. Abonnet is looking for a long on AVAX. Okay, let's look at the next token. Right. first one I've got for you. This is now ETH narrative, ETH strength play. If this is going to play out, here's MATIC one more time. So those of you that took that original MATIC trade with me, that trade is still not stopped out. We never got a close under that support region, and it's still going. So all we've done is just adjusted things a little bit. So here's a potential short-term move for you. What I'd say is look out for 100-day moving average. Look out for 50-day moving average. These are big resistance areas, especially now when they're tying into a horizontal. So there's a lot of work for MATIC to do. So it's not going to be a smooth ride here, and the market is looking a little bit still dodgy the last couple of days. So we don't want to over trade, we don't want to try too many trades here, but we got to go where things look like they might be moving. And so here's MATIC again. Considering the dump and everything we've had, it's actually held really well relative to some of the other altcoins. And maybe if things start turning bullish, we could get a move here. So if you're interested in trading MATIC here, this is the 12-hour time frame. What you can do, you need to understand where you're going to exit. Okay, so if this goes wrong and they decide to send Bitcoin down to that 42K level, these alts are going to melt. Okay, and they're going to be under pressure. MATIC might hold these current levels, because you can see it's been fighting this region for a while, but you need to decide your risk profile and how you're trading this. If you're losing higher leverage, you need a very tight stop. If you're using lower leverage, your stops can be a lot broader, and you could easily manage BTC at 42,000, a move down there quite easily on some of these altcoins. BTC at 42K might just result in MATIC down here, a little 618 retest, and things like that. So you need to decide how you're playing it with your leverage and your risk profile. But we do have a trend break, and we do have support here for MATIC. We do want to see this pop higher though. So when ETH breaks that 50-day MA, that's going to be really our trigger for us, where we're going to see MATIC kick on, and that might indicate that we might have some momentum here on some of these alts. So right now, if you are looking at potential long here, MATIC is on the table. Exit zones for you, 0.782. If you close under 0.782, that's a close under today's 12-hour candle, and things might be turning bearish. And the next option is 0.762. So a close under 0.762 is your next exit zone. So these are your potential risk levels or your risk options here. And again, if you guys are trading spot, you can leave a much bigger stop. These type of stops are for leverage traders. Ultimately, because you want to limit the damage if things fall over. And if you believe that we've got a pullback coming and it's not going to be a massive pullback, then you could be trading spot or very low leverage, and you could be looking for a little simple move into the 618 here, and that could be a second buy zone or second opportunity here for these altcoins lower down. So if this trade fails, I would think the next zone, 0.72, is the next buy region that I'd be looking at for MATIC. And you can see it's a nice little potential double bottom here in play. So here's a scalp opportunity. If this fails, we're looking lower, 72 give or take. And then target options for MATIC, 0.839, or call it 0.84. That is target one. And then a little bit higher, 0.95. So these are potential targets. And again, BTC is going to have to play ball here. ETH's going to have to continue this move that it started today, and maybe we'll be okay. Next one I have is Arbitrum, another play. So here's Arbitrum on the 8-hour, and a little trend break. So I have jumped into a scalp on Arbitrum as well, and just a very simple play for me. I'm not going to hang around. If this market turns bad, I'm jumping out under this candle. I'm not interested in staying around much longer than that. I was just trying to look at a momentum play here, and so here's Arbitrum breaking trend, and let's see, it's got to travel with ETH. So if ETH doesn't break this 50-day, Arbitrum, MATIC, none of these guys are actually going to go. They're going to just hover around in these areas here until we get some momentum. So always one eye on ETH now, one eye on BTC. You need to understand what you're playing in, and what we're dealing with right now. And these conditions are quite tricky. So just play it safe here. But you guys want trades, and here trades. Here are the trades. So 1.789 is the low of this 8-hour candle. that you can exit on. If you get a close under that region, that's where you can bail. So that's quite a low risk play. If we get a close under there, then we're potentially looking at a revisit of this zone one more time at that 618. And again, this is a leverage setup for you guys. Spot traders, you've got room to breathe. There's no real urgency here. You can look at this potential zone to enter, and you can look at buys lower down. As long as we get some kind of pullback that's going to hold with BTC at a nice level, these are all potential buy zones where we might get a ping here from Arbitrum on any pullback. So look at 1.7, look at 1.64. These are all interesting areas, and you can see these are all potential reaction zones that we could get something from on Arbitrum here. So eyes on those regions. But right now, a little trend break. Where can it potentially go? Well, if things start popping and BTC hits that range high, we might see it at about 1.92. That is your first potential zone that you can play with. 1.92 would be your first sort of TP zone, and after that, you need things like this. You need the break of that horizontal, then that bigger move. So look out for that type of play. But again, short-term moves here, we want to grab profits as quickly as possible. We want to limit our risk as quickly as possible. If this thing starts moving, we want to raise our stops and just eliminate the risk. The things have been tricky at the moment, and we have no clear direction. And we saw that in yesterday's poll when we were talking about which way were things going to go, and it was 51% bullish and 49% bearish. We were literally at that point yesterday where nobody knows. So we need to just cover ourselves wherever and play it safe. Okay, next one I've got optimism. Okay, had a nice little break today. So optimism might be giving us an opportunity soon for a little rebuy. So there was a little bit of news with the optimism network and base. For those the fundamental guys in the chats, you'll know what's going on here. But base and optimism are linked together, and there was a little bit more activity on base, and that would transfer into optimism as well. And on top of that, a bit of an ETH narrative play. So optimism was looking quite strong. We actually saw yesterday it was showing signs of being a little bit bullish. What we can look for now is we can see we've got a 50-day MA rejection. Okay, we'd love that break of the 50-day MA. And remember, ETH is also sitting at that 50-day MA, and we want to pop that zone. And if we do get a pullback, this looks like a nice little buy zone for me. So if BTC does want to melt down a little bit, this is an area of interest here for optimism. So there's no entry now. There is an entry lower down, 3.05, that I like for a potential pullback, or we have to break that 50-day MA, just like we want to see with ETH. We want ETH to break that 50-day MA. That's going to be our trigger for a lot of these longs. If we get that push, then we can jump into these longs, and we're going to keep those tight stops under these candles. But again, don't fire it off too early. Make sure, we know where we are with ETH. We just want to get that pop. I can't express this. I can't express it enough. Am I explaining it well?
Definitely. Yeah.
Okay. Eyes on this 50-day. Get ETH to break, guys. Okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We've got to pop that area first, and then we can try these. Guys. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Sol, we got comments in Sol. So a lot of guys. Yeah, there's a mixed sort of bag on Sol at the moment. Kenny says Sol is going to 107 first, then down. I mean, the Sol network is down, and I actually can't believe the price didn't dump harder than that. It was actually unreal that Sol only moved a couple of percent. But before we jump onto Sol, I got so much to cover here. But ENS, this is in the news as well. Big news, guys. This is ETH narrative play as well. There's a partnership with GoDaddy, and what happens when they announce partnerships and things, these tokens, they pump. And so ENS has popped nicely. And what we want to look at now, if you are bullish on ENS, you're looking for areas of interest, you're looking for entries, well, this is actually quite nice. We've had a nice resistance zone over here. You can see we've had a nice little, let's call it a little double bottom there, little resistance play here, and now we pop this area now. So that's looking very good on ENS. And your support level that you want to watch is any pullbacks to about 20, give or take. So somewhere in this 20 region, that's a nice little buy zone for you. If you are bullish ENS, you're looking for a position there, and you want to hold ENS, that is your buy zone. So anything down to around about 20 looks like a nice juicy retest there, and could give you something. So that's a nice looking one. Okay, let's deal Okay, I've got Simon in the back here. So Simon's got Injective and Sol. Okay, so let me look at Sol quickly. Let's see where we are. Okay, so we had some bad news on Sol. Okay, and you know, try to lose this level and trying to push it back now. So again, business as usual here for Solana. They just keep holding. You know, a little bit of FUD comes out, and Sol just manages to hold this little level here. This 92.8. This is our marker now. So this is our current low for Sol that we want to watch. If you did pick up a little bit of Sol on that dump lower, now you know your marker here is 90. Call it 93. Loss of 93, and then it looks like the next potential long area for us here is going to be the 618, and that's more than likely going to tie in with BTC dumping to that 40k level, maybe a 42k level, maybe a little bit lower. So again, areas to watch for Sol. Right now we are in a clear downtrend. Okay, so no changes here for Sol. We know we're in a downtrend, so if we push a little bit higher, expect this downtrend to continue until proven otherwise. That is kind of what we're looking at. But at any point in time, if we blow through that area there, then we are on. Then the bulls are on, and we can jump back into Sol. So the strategy now is Sol is sitting at resistance, and Sol is not in a buy zone currently. It needs to be lower down, or it needs to be higher up. We need to pop this 50-day moving average first, and then retest, and then we can look at Sol around about 96. So let it pop higher, let it get some support, let it retest some support here, and then it might be on for us for Sol. But right now it's a waiting game. I wouldn't rush. I was quite excited earlier. I was on my way to get a suit for Sheldon's wedding, and I saw the news on Sol, and I quickly opened my phone because I thought, no, the Sol was going to be dumping, and I was going to open like a quick long based on this bad news that was dumping. And I looked at my phone, and it only moved like, you know, 1% or 2%. I was so disappointed. I really thought we were going to get the Sol at about 88, 89 on that move. And right now we're going to wait. So a little bit of patience here, and just give it some time. Give it some time. Okay, let's Simon, come hang out with me. Come hang out.
Hey, what's up?
Okay, hang out. We're taking a call or a put option on Sol based on the community. I feel like they're sending me to hell again. Okay.
Whatever happens, you're going to lose. Just want to say that out loud.
Okay, let's look at these votes. Okay, officially, Sol by the 23rd of February, according to the poll of 500 votes, is below 85. 59% say Sol is below 85 by the 23rd of February. Okay, so what we're going to do, you go to Coincall, okay, and you'll click options, top left. So hopefully you guys have now registered your Coincall accounts. Click on Sol options, top left, and now I want to look for Sol below 85. So they give you a list here. Okay, you can see all the options they're giving you. You can click on them, and they give you a little bit of explain as to what's going on. But all you really need to know is what is your break-even price, and you know, what is your return? What are you going to make? So the first thing I'm going to do, if we're saying Sol is bearish, I'm going to buy a put option. Okay, so we're looking for Sol to be lower, so that's a put option, and we're saying below 85. So we're going to look, where's break even. So here's break even, 85.6 or 84.8. So let's click on this one, 84.8. Okay, so we're going to buy a put option because we're bearish. And there we go. This is what it tells us. On the right-hand side now of the screen, you can see break even is 84. So if it's below 85, and we break even. If Sol's at 80, we make 93%. If Sol's at 76, 170%. If Sol's at 72, 240%. Okay, so that's what we're going to go for. Are you guys sure? Hey? Okay, 59%. Just confirm you in the chat. Are we sure?
I can tell you now, sure? If this happens, I can see Bruce is here. I'm going to sell all of Bruce's guitars, and I'm going to go mental on the spot market for Sol. I'm just saying. Sorry, Bruce.
Okay, guys, let us know. Are we sure? Are we sure? Scott is saying 72. Okay, no, we do it. Okay. Okay, let's go. So we're buying a put option. Okay, expiry. Check your date, 23rd of Feb, 2024. Okay, we're going to hit the ask price. Okay, so we'll hit that ask price, and then we're going to drag the dial. Okay, and we're going to buy it. Let's just drag it all the way. So we're going to spend $370 to take out a put option on Sol, and our return is 82% if Sol's at 79, 148%. That'll be nice if Sol's at 75, and 200% Sol's at 71. Okay, so there we go. We're going to buy it.
Good luck.
Executed. Sent to 0.
Good luck.
No, but I mean, okay. So they've sent me to 0 twice. Third time, you know what? Third time lucky. We hit it. Right. If we hit it and we win, next time we go with the audience again. Okay, because they obviously know what's what. So we'll go with them again next time. Okay, so here we go. It's open now. So the Sol option is open. The link option is still open for the 23rd of Feb. That was the same one we took, I think it was 2 weeks ago, or 10 days ago. So that is still, that's not off the table. They could send link lower if we have a meltdown. So it is still a possibility.
Your account there is having a meltdown, I can see.
It's under pressure. Let's be honest. But ETH, okay. So these are my ETH bets for September and March. So we can't really judge that yet. We have to just leave that. The BTC bets are also for September, March, and so we can't say anything on those numbers yet. And then Link. Well, Link was classic, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It just absolutely ripped after I clicked bearish vibes.
The next minute it went. Yeah.
No, they definitely try to send us to 0. Okay, cool. So there we go, guys. Locked and loaded on Coincall. I'll obviously keep you posted as to where we are and what's happening. So again, just to finish on our current view on Solana, support 92, or call it 93. That is your support you're watching. Is it a buy zone? No. We want Sol to turn bullish, or we want it to drop into a nice hot zone for us. And a hot zone for us is the 618 and horizontals. That looks juicy here, anywhere in that region. 88, 89, love that area. Or it must turn bullish, break this 50-day MA, so we can get that momentum we want, and then we can maybe get a little bit more excited. Okay, let's talk injective. I want to show you my chart, Simon, and then I want to get your perspective on that. Oh, and you've got a perspective on Sol.
I've got it on my screen. Do you want to just really quickly bring it up before we move on to the next one?
Let's look at Simon's view on Sol quickly.
Let me know when it's up.
Yep, you good?
Okay, cool. So I just brought the order blocks up on 𝗥𝗡𝗥𝗠. Obviously, we're in a block right now, which is left over from these areas here. However, there is one that I've highlighted slightly further down. Now, this is pretty much the zone you're talking about, Dylan. It's in the 88, 87 region. And that also actually ties in quite nicely with this trend line that kind of started back here on the 10th of November. So we've had loads of touches to it. We obviously left, we came back, we've touched it again. And to be honest with you, it intersects absolutely perfectly. Let me just zoom in a bit. It just makes complete sense to kind of get to this region, you know? So, I mean, realistically, the momentum wave's come down. It's sort of retraced a bit and it's coming down further. There is absolutely no reason why it can't come down here to sort of the -85, and that may well equate kind of this move. So
it's a nice meltdown zone, isn't it? It just looks nice. It just looks right.
It does look right, and it would. Yeah. You know what? The thing that brings it out the most is this trend line. If it touches the trend line and goes again, it's perfect.
Okay, guys. So yeah, you've heard it from Simon as well. Hot zone 88, 89, that sort of region. It makes sense on my charts as well. That's first prize. And otherwise, let Sol turn bullish. Let it break that 50-day moving average. And then we can deal with it tomorrow. You know, we can deal with a pullback and a retest. We can get a buy in there, something along those lines. So, you know, you're not missing anything. Let it pop first. We can always jump in later. There's no rush. I see Modify said, shout out to Willow for smashing her PT meeting. Somebody in Sniper Club, I think it was Modify, or yeah, basically missed the parent-teachers meeting to watch the show. I mean, you know, that's respect of shitcoins to the max. So well done to that one. Candy's shouting sell it, and Crypto Nympho says VELO breakout pump. Well, believe it or not, I've got this VELO breakout pump chart here for you guys. It was on my talking list here for you. a news pump. Okay, they got listed on Coinbase, so you know, a little news pump there. Everyone got a little bit excited. Can we trust these moves? You know, when they announce a listing, I mean, people get excited, they buy the token. Okay, great, but it's what happens afterwards that we need to watch. So let's just understand these areas, and you know, right now it looks like it's trying to pull back into that previous range from the 23rd of January. So this is the 12-hour chart. And, you know, it needs to show some momentum now. It really needs to hold this horizontal. You can see this little horizontal here. So if that's going to continue, we want to see support develop in this region. Otherwise, I would say we're just going back into this range, and we could potentially just be playing this game for the time being. So, you know, I don't know much about VELO, but yeah, I mean, you can see we've had a pump before, and they sent it straight back down, and it looks like they're trying to do it again. So eyes on that. Support levels to watch. It's a big support, 0.00426. That is a pretty strong support here. We've got a 786 fib here, got horizontals. So it looks nice. So maybe a little range that you can start accumulating, and if it's something you want to hold for the bull run, well, maybe that's your first area you want to look to get stuck in. Okay, let's do Injective. I really think Injective is going to be a mover, and we saw what Link did for 3 months, and you know, it pumped in this range. Okay, Link did a very similar thing, just sat in a range, and then really got aggressive here. And I'm starting to like the look. This is Injective on the daily, so I'm starting to love the look of Injective just bleeding down for us into this 100-day moving average, the horizontal, this little juicy zone here, 29, okay, and then a little bit higher here. We might get something here at 30.4. So these are two very hot zones that I like for Injective. So maybe we're going to get it. We've noticed it's shown a lot more weakness than a lot of the other tokens, like MATIC, for example, that's held its own. They've just bled it down. So watch this area here, and this could be a nice way to ladder in to a position. If you you got to have conviction that any BTC pullbacks here are going to bounce. They're not going to send BTC to hell, basically. You know, if we're looking at these areas here, we're looking at BTC a dip to 40,500, maybe 42. It should sort of hold that area, and this could be a great opportunity here to start building a position on Injective. And if we start losing this area, if we lose this 100-day moving average and we lose that horizontal, we know the story. Okay, we know they're going to send us to hell on Injective. You can see these candles here. They're not going to help us while this thing falls over. They're going to just kill us until we get down to this area over here. So until we get back down to 18. So, you know, the risk reward for me makes sense. It's a nice little potential buy area here, nice potential buy area here for this bounce. And, you know, if that fails, then I think we're on a bit of a journey down to retest that horizontal. Okay, so there's my summary. I'm bullish on Injective, a little bit lower down from where we are. So call it 30.5 and 29, somewhere around there. I like it. Okay. Tell me your story.
If we go down to 17, I'm selling more stuff. Definitely.
The why? You're selling the why?
They can have that one for nothing. Yeah, bring me up. I'll show you what I got.
I'm bringing you up.
Cool. So similar sort of story, actually. Again, I started out with the Lux order blocks earlier on. I sort of came to the bottom of this order block. This is an area that I quite like the look of, and I've brought it up on the 8 hour, which looks perfect. I've just zoomed in slightly further than you. But if we come into the 4 hour, the thing that kind of gives me some sort of conviction is, again, we've got the let's start with Lux Algo. We've got the RSI, which has sort of made its way down. It retraced, and we're coming down a little bit lower. What I would anticipate is we get some sort of visit back down to the 12 to 15 zone. I can see that cash flow is actually already rounded off at the bottom, and it's starting to increase. So what I'd anticipate is, if you look on the last time it did this, we came down, and as it went green and positive, look what the price did. It came down here, and then it went up. So on the basis that this is now on an incline rather than a decline, I would expect to dip into this box and start my move up again. And again, this box is in the region that catches onto this wick. I haven't brought it down quite as low as this 29.17 like you have, but I mean, in theory, there's absolutely nothing to stop us just drawing this box like so. It's the same zone as what you've got. It just it just makes sense. And if I now zoom out to the 8 hour, I mean, look at that. It's fairly black and white, and it's the same thing again. The cash flow is inclining again. We're getting to a low point on the momentum wave, and obviously when you've hit the low point, in theory the only way is up. So I'd like to see that we get some of this, and in return dip into the box. We might only come to here.
But there's a move coming. So
yeah, of course. I mean, it might
that trend.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
but that's what I see. Yeah. Cool.
Okay, so there you go. There's a little picture there for you on Injective. So we both kind of agree here. Injective is moving into a juicy zone. If it's going to bounce, it's pushing into that area now. So I actually quite like the idea of building a position now on Injective. I'm gonna start a very low leverage position here, and I'm gonna start buying lower down. So let's just pull this Injective chart up one more time here, and just try and understand the potential strategy here. We are bottoming out on the indicators. We are bottoming out on a lot of things on my chart as well. And one of them that's interesting is this 12-hour stock has started bottoming out. This let's just take a look at this daily. The daily stock is pushing down. Okay, so we still need to get to the bottom of the daily. So that's telling us there's time. Okay, they're telling us it doesn't need to be urgent. Let's look at this weekly. The weekly is only just getting to the bottom now. So, this could take another week. It could take, a few more days to get to the levels that we are looking at. So I don't think there's super urgency here for Injective until all these stocks, from my view, are reset. But that is now something of interest. So for me, buys, first buy, 30.6. Second buy, 29, maybe just above. And if they try and wick us a little bit lower, maybe have a sneaky buy just below that 100-day MA in case they try and just do a little wick lower there. And then for me, that should tie in with a lot of these stock resets. And then we're going to get that little turn. And look, we might not go all the way to range high, but just like Simon is saying there, we might just have a situation where they send us to a trend. Okay, so we're going to see this downtrend here. Even that could be a nice little move. If we can just work this out here quickly, even to a trend from there is a 17% move. And then again, once we start pushing like that and things are looking bullish, anything can happen. And this crypto market, it's not rational. It does stupid things. So if people turn bullish again quickly, they forget very quickly that we were bearish for 4 or 5 days, or we ranged. Very short-term memory here. And then it can start firing again. Okay, I've got more stuff. Okay, let's update this link. Okay, so guys, anyone sitting in this link short? It's kind of just floating around. So here it is on Prime XBT. Again, Prime XBT, I'm trading the S&P short on their other platform. So Prime XBT, you've got 2 platforms, but it's the same app in the browser or on your phone. You just flick between accounts. So you can trade the crypto futures, and then you can also trade the global market. So they're slightly different, but it's the same Prime XBT. And my 2 shorts, Link and AVAX, they're still green. No reason to close them just yet. I'm just going to leave it for now until we start breaking highs. Just an update on that Link short. If you did get that entry, we've had it's probably about a 4% move from that entry zone, which it's not massive, and this is relying on BTC giving us one more dip. You can see what Link is doing here. It's now trying to test this weekly support region, and that makes perfect sense that it's coming down here to test this area. But I'm still very keen on this. I've just had load shedding, that's why I've just turned black.
Wonder what happened there.
In case anyone is interesting, I am still here, just a ghost. But yeah, if we lose this weekly level, we're going to get a nice bounce in these 2 little areas here, this TP Zone 1 and TP Zone 2. Look, TP Zone 2 is a little bit of a stretch, but I'd love to see this TP Zone 1 play out for us. And at any point in time, if it starts losing that level, you can de-risk by either clipping some profits, okay, which is very simple. You just take some profits off the top, and that will then pay for your stop loss in case it pushes up higher, or you can just lower your stop to entry. But then that eliminates the possibility of Link coming up for one more fake out here, like I showed you guys yesterday, because we might very well get this situation where Link comes and gives us a double top here and then sends us back down. So that is your danger then. If you bring your stop to entry, your danger is that happening to you, getting stopped down and then sending it down. So just look out for that one. And you know what you can do now, if it is in profit, you can clip some profits now. That'll pay for you know, some of that stop loss, and you've essentially de-risked your link trade. So you know, it's almost then a free trade that you're sitting in. Okay, so yeah, load shedding. Did you like that?
You changed color very briefly, yeah.
Okay, I've got a couple more for you guys. We're almost running out of time. Okay, two more. There's the token KLAY. Okay, Simon, I don't know if you know much about this token KLAY. There's a little bit of news on it. Okay, so DWF Labs, we know these guys have pumpermentals when they get involved in projects, and so KLAY, I'm just bringing it to your attention here. They've also partnered with something called Finshare, and you know, they want to, what are they saying? They want to create Asia's largest Web3 ecosystem. Okay, DWF Labs getting involved. I don't know, pumponomics. Okay, so something to look at. You know, so KLAY entries, if you're looking at something like this, you can see it hasn't performed that well compared to other tokens, and maybe this is the little boost they needed. Areas I like for KLAY, this is the weekly chart. Anything down to the 200-day moving average would be a buy. So anything down to 0.17, anything in that area looks interesting here. Could be a nice little spot buy. Anything like that could be a nice little play. You know, there could be some news coming, some more news on it, and we know the DWF Labs tokens tend to do okay when they're involved. I see Candy hates Sol. She's saying scam Sol.
I get that feeling by the 100 messages all saying the same thing.
Not a Sol fan. Okay, so Candy, what do you like? You don't like Sol. What do you like? Let us know.
It's a good question.
Then he says, thanks guys, may not degen but like to have the option too. Must be the 𝗕𝗢𝗓𝗔𝗟𝗟𝗓 they're talking about in the chats here. Guys, yeah, very exciting news. I'm going to be doing a degen hour or degen 30 minutes. It's going to be once a week or every 2 weeks. We're just working out a couple of things, but we're going to bring shit coins, like meme coins. We're going to bring these things to you guys, and we're going to do a dedicated section. So those of you in the chat shouting at me about 𝗕𝗎𝗓 and all these things, well, you know, you'll get your chance. We're going to be talking about it, and you know, we'll bring it up. Let's see, there's people talking about Sol pumping here in the chats. Yeah, but again, we're not out the woods here, guys, so we can't get excited. You can't get excited by one candle. You know, we really can get excited by a nice break of a big resistance zone and a nice retest. That's what's exciting. And the one green candle isn't exciting. One green candle is, you know, we just got to watch levels and understand what they're trying to do. Okay, let's just cover up a little bit of admin here. Have I done all the things? I'm just looking at my whiteboard. Yes, I've covered everything. Guys, don't forget Sniper Club. Simon, you guys know, I keep him in a cage, and I pulled him out of the cage for Sniper Club, and I'm going to send him back in there and throw away the key for a few days. And he was on Sniper Club today doing easy algo. He was giving a lecture or a lesson. Just explain to us.
We had a developer, Seth, join me today. It's the second in a series of 3, and I actually, Dylan probably doesn't even know this yet, but I actually agreed with Seth this morning that he's going to come into Sniper Club on a Monday with me every single week, and we're going to cover what easy algo's printed for the week, because it prints at the start of the week what the pivot points are. So we've now decided that on a Monday we're going to get Seth every single week, and he's going to line up what the trades are likely to be that week for the whole week. So this is every single Monday now. So it's going to be cool. Yeah.
Okay, so guys, for those of you who don't know, there's a link for Sniper Club in the description. It's all my charts on my watch list. It's obviously Sheldon. We're doing signals in there, but we're doing way more than signals. We're doing, there's a community in there. We're doing 5, 6, 7 Zooms a week where you guys get to hang out with us in private Zoom sessions. We look for trades. We look for things. There's beginners lessons. There's indicators lessons. Easy algo stuff. Everything's going on in Sniper Club. So if you're interested, getting involved, you've seen Bruce, you've seen David, Simon, and you obviously know Sheldon and Mama Sniper's in there too. So yeah, come and hang out with us in Sniper Club and take advantage of everything we're doing in there. You know, you can really get your value for money in there if you actually get involved and take advantage of what's going on. My personal watch list of charts, I drop in there every day and I update. A lot of these charts you see that I give you on the show, I stick in there every day. You know, so, you know, grab them. You can actually get ahead of the game, and you'll see my charts before the show, and you'll know probably, you know, areas that I'm going to be talking about if you are there. Okay, Candy really doesn't like Sol. She's like really going on about this. Let's see. Maybe she got burnt on the Sol long, a lot of lead. Candy, tell us what went wrong there. What went wrong? Okay, that is Ronin Games. This is the last one. Okay, so fundamentally nothing wrong with this project from what I understand, but for those of you who heard about this Ronin token, it pumped into the Binance listing, and there's a big story now. Okay, so Binance launches a $5 million bounty to root out corruption among the staff because of insider trading, and these guys obviously pumped the price because they knew it was getting listed. And, if somebody's offering a $5 million bounty, we know it was a massive bit of dodgy behavior. Okay. And they need to catch the people, because if you're offering $5 million, well, it looks like a lot more money might have been made out of that potential move. But anyway, be that as it may, pumped into the listing. That's great. And now it's pulling back, and fundamentally nothing really wrong with the project. So if you like gaming and you are bullish on gaming, Ronin is drifting into an area of interest here, 2.4. Okay, so let's see if we get something along these lines. We'd look for something like that. So drifting into 2.4, it's a 618, and we're looking for this trend. It's going to take a bit of time to get to that trend, but 2.4 little buy zone potentially might be a good player on Ronin, spot buy. And Alex is here in the chat. She said she holds Ronin at 70 cents, and she's very happy. I'm sure I'd also be very happy if I got Ronin at 70 cents. And that would be quite nice. Maybe next time it'll be like Simon and Cass. Okay, let's do a quick BTC update. Yeah, pumped little green candle. Yeah, okay, let's just give everyone a look here.
Just while you're bringing that up, can I just say one line? Guys, don't get mugged into this Mavia listing that happened today. Wait for it to find a base level. Yeah, just want to say that. Don't FOMO the top.
Very good point. Okay, so Mavia got listed today. I actually asked Simon to come and talk to you guys about it, but got listed today, and always a risky play. You can jump in and then you can get smashed. So just be careful. Let it find a level. Let it find a balance. There's time. You might miss a pump now, but at some point it pulls back and you can get your buys in. Okay, so BTC update. Nothing to report until we start breaking these highs. 43,790. Let's confirm this liquidation heat map. You can see the numbers up here, 43,600 to about 40 to 44,000. I mean to 44,000. That's your area. If they blow that, let's see what happens after that. But we should move up quickly then if we hit that area, and let's see how it goes and if we can hold that break. Okay, Simon, shot. Thank you.
Cheers, bro.
Always fun. Okay, guys, that was cool. You got your levels, you got potential trades. Now, remember, the market, again, choppy. It hasn't been easy trading conditions for anybody. We've sent out a couple of signals. And again, we've got some shorts in play. We've got some longs in play because the market is a bit of a mix at the moment. So don't feel like you're doing anything wrong at the moment. Everyone is having a bit of a tough time unless you're grabbing some of these alts that are absolutely blowing up. If you're trading the regular things like that, it's you can see these charts here. It's been a little bit challenging. So don't feel don't beat yourself down about it. It's part of the game. And remember, we go in cycles. So we're gonna have a week where things are down. We have a week where things are cooking again. And then we sometimes just take our foot off the pedal and we watch the show. We can test little trades here and there, and nothing wrong with having a go. Just to stay in the game. And but you don't have to go massive positions here. We take small positions here, and we see how these moves go. And if things turn bullish, we can add to them. But also remember, take profits quickly here on some of these things. I'd love to see profit taking as soon as we get little moves until BTC gives us a proper move down. And then we can really start getting excited again. But okay, good luck out there. You got a nice set of trades here. Let's see how they play out tomorrow. See you guys later.